to You by Puffin.
Yasmin Bandara Levels Up. Written and read by me, Romesh Ranganathan. Chapter 1. Yasmin was doing a massive yawn while walking down the long, noisy school corridor. It was so massive, she could feel a second yawn turn up in the middle of it. In a minute, maybe another one would come along as well. Her mouth would get wider and wider, and she'd yawn herself into one ginormous face full of bored and tiredness and doneness. That was what thinking about double history on a Monday afternoon did to you. She was about to spend a whole 90 minutes with Miss Naranjan talking about pottage. Yasmin wasn't convinced that she needed to know anything about pottage. The only situation she could possibly think of was if someone came up to her and said, "I'm afraid you can't go home until you tell me what pottage is, but please don't use the internet." Apparently, pottage was like a kind of soup that was eaten by peasants, but that doesn't make it any more interesting. "Yaz! Yaz!" came a frantic shout from up ahead. Her curly head bobbed up, disappeared, then bobbed up again. Yasmin finished her yawn, snapped her mouth closed, and practically swam through the crowd of sweaty Year 7s. Ugh. Yasmin didn't mind Year 7s, but every now and then she felt like telling them to just, chill a little bit. "Yaz! Yaz!" The next bob of his head was accompanied by flaily arms, which was still flaming when she finally got close enough to see the rest of him. "Zane, mate, you better have just won the lottery, or you're here to tell me I've won it. Otherwise, all this? Little bit extreme." Zane grinned, showing the big gap between his two front teeth. "Better." Yasmin folded her arms and raised her best eyebrow. "Oh yeah," Zane nodded. "Yeah, we've got a supply teacher." Yasmin felt pure joy bubble up inside her. "You haven't even heard the best part," said Zane, his eyes watering from the excitement. His name is..." Yasmin tilted her head. "Come on, it can't be that funny." The door to Miss Naranjan's history classroom swung open invitingly. Yasmin steered Zane to the front of the crowd, hurrying to their side-by-side seats at the back of the class. The supply teacher didn't look especially funny. He had on a woolly waistcoat that looked a bit like it had been knitted by his granny, but Yasmin reckoned if her granny knitted her a woolly waistcoat, she'd probably have worn it too. He had high tops instead of leather lace-up shoes like most of the other teachers wore, and they looked all right. He gave every one of them a big smile when they walked in. He seemed a bit nerdy, but compared to what Zane had bigged up, he looked like a bit of a letdown. Until, that is, he picked up the pen and wrote on the whiteboard, "My name is Mr. Booger." Chapter 2. Beside her, Zane had to stuff his entire school tie into his mouth to stop himself from exploding into giggles. A ripple of snorts and smirks made its way round the class. Up at the front of the room, Yasmin watched a pair of woolly waistcoated shoulders stiffen. When Mr. Booger turned round again, the big smile was gone. He stuck his chin in the air. "I'd like to inform you, Year 8, that my name is a completely normal name that many people have and that it's not funny." The class drew in breath. Zane made a strange noise. Yasmin slapped him on the back until his tie fell out of his mouth. Yasmin could feel eyes turning her way, expectant. She coughed once. "Listen, sorry, sir," she said, "but I think we all know that's not true." Yasmin felt pretty confident on that. She wasn't the best at spelling or fractions or remembering how to say, "I would like a piece of Black Forest Gatto with cream, please," in German, but Yasmin knew what was funny. She once made banana milkshake come out of Zane's nose by saying the word flamingo a bit weird. Flamingo? Charlie Fox Cotton was still known as Charlie Fox's biscuit assortment by the entire school, and that had started 2 years ago. If there was funny available, Yasmin would put it between 2 slices of thick buttered bread and serve it up with crisps and coleslaw on the side. And then she would pronounce the word coleslaw in a way that would make you laugh all over again. A woolly waistcoat and high tops couldn't get in the way of the truth. Mr. Booger was the funniest name a supply...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?